state, what I want to show you here, you need to check state eligibility, exam registration and requirement by state. You have all the state here. You can either select by navigating through this one. If you put a cursor on it, this shows you that this is Nebraska. This is Illinois. You have New York here, New Jersey, right? If you don't want to use this one, you can select this, go to the drop down, select, let's say, Florida, and then it gives you the Florida requirement and registration details. So let's start, we'll do two examples. Let's see this one. Florida says what? Exam registration and authorization. The Florida Engineering Board does not require examinees to submit an application prior to registering with NCES and scheduling an FE exam. Examinees may register for their exams by creating a My NCES account. So that's the first thing I talk about. You need to check the state. So the states are different. You need to know the requirement. This state is saying that you don't need, the board doesn't need to check anything. So create an account and then you can proceed. But you need to bear in mind that after you write the exam and you pass, you would come back to the state. Two things here. The state is the one that gives you the license, but the exam is handled under National Council of Examiners for Engineering and Surveying. So these are the two things. Even though NCES has their requirement and some things, but the board is the one that gives you the final or the license. And so even here it's saying that you don't have requirement. It's no requirement to write the exam. But after the exam, you would have to come back to the state and then fill out the state process and everything. Okay. So this state doesn't require you to, they don't have any typical requirement. If you go under scheduling, it's saying that examinees register and schedule appointment through their My NCES account. So during the registration process, examinees select their exam location. I have already talked about that. Next, they are presented with a list of available exam dates. I have also talked about that. Once you pick a location, you see how busy the place is, if you have time, or if the center has slots for you to register. If there's no slot, then you need to pick a different testing center. There are many around. Okay, if examinees are not happy with the choices, they can browse through the available dates at My NCES approved test location, as I mentioned. Here, I also mentioned this, you have 7 to 10 business days. Here, you look at the cancellation, refer to the section on computer-based exams in My NCES examinee guide for information about cancellation refund. So even if we click here, it takes us here to the guide, right? And then we can look at the guide. And the guide here tells you the fees, right? Everything about the fee and the rest. So yeah, this, you can also take a look at this. Now let me go back to check a different state. Let's check New York. So I'm gonna check New York here. New York here. I click on the map. It comes with New York. And with New York, you see you have the details here. Okay, New York requirement. If you meet one of the criteria listed in items number 1 or 2 below, you are no longer required to obtain approval from New York board. So you see, New York is also different here. You need to check if you meet any of this requirement, then you don't need approval. But if you don't meet any of this requirement, then you need an approval. And for foreign engineers, those who have a bachelor's degree in outside US and not have like a master's or a different engineering degree in the US here, and even if your program is not accredited, then you need to go through here. All foreign and non-ABET education programs, students and applicants who are not enrolled in or have not graduated from an engineering accreditation Commission or ETAG or ABET accredited baccalaureate program must submit an application with $70 fee to New York board. Okay, so simple and